Hey guys, welcome back to some more Ocarina of Time. In this part, we warp back to the midway point in Forest Temple so we can go ahead and finish this dungeon up.
You know, the item that everybody said was useless.
Yeah, if only they knew. Seriously, Forest Wind is the best warp system in any 3D Zelda, in my opinion.
I like how this video started because it just looked like Link literally was just a green ball of light.
Yep. Like I played a warp song in the dungeon.
He didn't go into the light, he became the light.
I mean, at that point, we might as well be Zelda from Spirit Tracks, because she does the same thing, I think. It's been a few years since I played.
Yeah. Need play Spirit Tracks.
It's a good one, honestly. I think it's better than Phantom Hourglass. I just like its structure a little bit more.
Well, of course, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really care for Phantom Hourglass.
I mean, it's not a bad game. Like, I actually played Phantom Hourglass more than Spirit Tracks, even though I like Spirit more. It's more or less just the whole problem of going back to the same dungeon over and over again, the layout not really changing. Because Spirit Tracks does the exact same thing, but every time you go back to the main dungeon, you're going to a new location, so it's different.
Yeah.
But you have to replay the same stuff in Phantom, which is why a lot of people didn't like that game.
Yeah, Phantom Hourglass is just, ugh. I don't like the whole, Buster.
I don't want to
He's
deal
I
with
like
them.
this game way too much,
I don't want to deal with them.
There, boy, watch out!
Watch out, you'll die. Yeah, thanks.
N is for Navi. Why wouldn't he listen? Yeah, Molly. You tell him. But yeah, like, it's just. What was I talking about?
But more or less your opinion on Phantom Hourglass.
Oh yeah, I don't like the Temple of the Ocean King because I remember playing it when I was younger. I just like. If there's one thing that I really like, normally in video games, backtracking, I don't care. It doesn't bother me too much to backtrack in video games. But there's like two instances where I'm just like, really? Like, I just don't care for it. I can't finish Bravely Default because of this.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the worst cases of pseudo backtracking. I like to say, I wouldn't really say it's a backtracking problem, more of a repetition issue. Since for like minor spoilers here for that game, but basically once you get to the halfway point of Bravely Default, you pretty much have to replay the same section like 3 times. I think chapters 5 through 8 have you going through pretty much the same story beat with like some slight differences, but it's replaying the same portion 3 times.
Yeah, chapter 5 through 8, you're literally fighting the same bosses over and over and over again with slight like difficulty increases each time. That was it. And I'm just like, why did they do that? I love Bravely Default, like what they did. Like, goodness gracious.
Yeah, even Molly agrees.
Molly agrees with it. He's just like, oh, but like, I love Bravely Default gameplay aspect. I really do. But their decision to expand game time by literally making play Groundhog Day, no. that was
Yeah, like, I agree, that's a little excessive. I know it's like the same complaint a lot of people have with Skyward Sword, because you fight the Imprisoned 3 times, and the fight's barely different each time. So, like, that kind of stuff I don't like.
I don't mind fighting the boss a couple times, but
when it's like 3 or 4 or 5 times, I'm just like,
And nothing
I'm
really
tired of this
changes.
boss.
it's like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Like, if you're gonna do that, at least have it be different, but if it's gonna be basically the same fight 3 times in a row, then why am I doing this? Speaking of which, this is a different Poe, because the last 3 we fought all the same way, but this one starts to duplicate herself, and we gotta find the real one to attack. This one's different.
And she died.
There you go.
Yay, elevator.
Like, I don't think that's how elevator works. If you don't ride on the top, you'll get crushed.
You get crushed. But yeah, it's like Bravely Default's a real bad case of it. And another thing, like I said, Phantom Hourglass has got a real bad issue where you go to the same dungeon and literally go through the whole dungeon again.
Yeah, it's like each time you go there, you have to go through the same portions. I mean, halfway through going through the dungeons in general, they do give you this halfway marker and you can just warp there. But it keeps whatever time you had getting to the checkpoint. So it makes it hard if you got there with only like a minute left on the Phantom Hourglass. So you probably replay the whole dungeon just to be safe anyways, especially for collectibles. They make you go through that place so many times you want 100% the game because they lock so many collectibles behind literally every item, basically. It's pretty tedious at the end of the day. I don't mind as much as other people, but I do see why people are just kind of on that dungeon in particular in Phantom Hourglass. Hey, that was the final skull. That's the thing. Now just get to the boss.
Maybe my I will have a different viewpoint on it if I play it again, because literally my only experiences when I played it back in like 2007. So
yes, so you played Phantom only when it launched.
yeah,
That's probably why I'm not as hateful on it as much as other people are. Like, I can understand the complaints, but I did replay it and I seen the issues it had, and on the second playthrough it became a lot more manageable because you knew what you need to do and not to do basically in that dungeon. Makes it a lot easier.
evil spirit from beyond, Phantom Ganon.
So it's time for our boss of the dungeon, and it's basically Ganon. So, here's our sneak peek at the tennis fight we'll have at the end of the game. Pay attention to the real one. Yeah, there's two Ganons running around here. The fake Phantom Ganon is going to be a darker shade, like he's going to be a really dark shadow compared to the real one where you can actually make out his armor. You want to find him because the fake one's just going to turn around and just go back in the painting. It could be a little hard, as you can see, to keep track of where the real and fake one is. I just recommend turning around when you start to hear him just coming out of the painting. Just keep turning the camera until you see the right one. Here's a good example of what the fake one does.
I think I died to this boss.
I think so, yeah, but I think the biggest problem is more or less he took a lot of damage to the tennis phase, because this is kind of awkward to hit. But it makes it a lot easier if you use the bottle. Everyone's favorite tennis racket.
Yeah, I don't know why they did, and it's become such a joke in the Zelda series that I think they purposely left it in for like all the other subsequent.
Yeah, like this is in Wind Waker and also in Twilight Princess. You can use the bottle for this, or you can just use your raw body because Link don't care. High five.
What the heck?
ISG is fun.
ISG is fun. Holy crap! I become invincible. You can't fight me.
Ganon, I didn't want to play tennis today, but thank you.
Now give me a good handshake.
Oh, he's the new DLC for Mario Tennis Aces.
I mean, I actually did hear that as a joke. I mean, even the randomizer scene for Ocarina makes that as a joke. Like, Ganon's the next playable character in Mario Tennis Aces. That's one of their joke hints that you can read.
There you go.
Bye, Ghosty.
You gotta feel bad for this thing because as soon as it leaves Ganondorf's like, man, this thing was a joke. Time to banish it to the Shadow Realm.
You fight the real me, it won't be easy.
I'm a pro at tennis.
He's like, I'm the final boss of Mario Tennis Aces.
You can't send me to the Shadow Realm. I have Exodia.
Insert Kaiba screaming face. No! You can't banish me to the shadow
You
realm.
can't banish me. I made it.
That was a short temple.
Yeah, I mean, using force wouldn't really help because it took away like 5 minutes of walking. Because that's the problem. When you get that other key back in the room with the floor master, you gotta go back through the room with the block little puzzle you have to solve. So there's a lot of climbing there. Then go back to the twisted hallway, make your way back through where you got the bow. It's so much. Force Wind literally saves you a couple minutes of walking. It is insane. Also, sorry I died. We were too late.
No!
Well, that's one girl Link can't date. She dead. But yeah, Saria just
Darn.
happened to be one of our sages, so that kind of worked out.
Wait, is she really dead? I thought she was just a sage.
Yeah, no, that's more of the joke. Like, she's just a sage here. It's more implied later, because just to jump ahead in the story, one of the stages we run into in the Spirit Temple in the Burrow, she actually does die at the hands of the two witches, but she's saved just in time as a spirit here. So, she's one of the sages. If the spirits didn't do anything to save her as soon as she was hit with that beam, she would actually be dead. Oh, we just got friend-zoned. Aw,
Ah!
I feel when.
Damn it.
I'm going back to Malin. At least she gave me a cow.